Today we are going to be continuing working on our values, on our tints and shades, and we left off with just about to make the yellow shade. So to start off, we're going to need to have our CD and a spoon for the black, and we have a paint palette here and a brush. So the students will start tiny, tiny, tiny dot of black because black is so powerful. Then they will take their brush. This is a clean brush. I'm going to dip it into pure yellow that's not mixed with any other color. I have pure yellow, pure black, right on that small little spot in the CD. I'm going to go ahead and mix that up until I can't see yellow and I can't see black. So it's a nicely mixed color. And since we will be mixing other colors today, my students make sure that they kind of keep it in just a small little portion on their CD. And once they have it mixed up, pull back their painting. They have the tint of yellow on top, pure yellow here, and then right below that is where they're going to paint the shade of yellow that they just made. So I'm filling that in here. Taking it off my palette, my CD where I mixed my colors. And then I will rest Mr. Brush down for the next step. Our next step is to wash our brush so that we can start with a new pure color. So we swish the brush around, tickling kind of the bottom of the cup. And always swipe on the side, never bang, bang. And I'm going to do that a couple of times. Swish, swish, swipe, swipe. And then I go right here in the paper towel and I pinch and pinch. So now this brush is clean and ready for a new color. We are making a rainbow, so the next color we're going to do is green, red, orange, yellow, green. We'll go right down here in box number 4 at the bottom. My brush is clean and I've pinched it dry with a paper towel. So I'm going to dip it in pure green. No other color but pure green. With that pure green, I'm going to paint right in the middle, stopping when it gets to square number 5. Right in the middle here, I'm painting that pure green. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to leave the green on my brush because I'll need it in just a couple minutes to make my tint of green. So I paint my pure green in the middle and I rest down the brush. Our next step is going to make a tint of white. So they cannot use this black spoon over here to put the white. So they're going to get a brand new spoon. They're going to take a little scoop of white, put it on a new section of their CD, and then take their brush. Mine has green on it, pure green. I'm going to add just another little dip of pure green. So I have pure green on my brush. I have a little pile of white here on my CD, and I'm going to mix those two together. I can see stripes of green, I can see stripes of white, and I'm going to make sure that before I start painting that color is all mixed up into a nice tint. So I should be getting a lighter green, mix that up, and then the tint goes right above the green, the pure green that I just painted. So I get that going here. All the way, filling in this space, nice and carefully. And then when I'm done, I can wash the brush because I don't need the white on it anymore. So I'm going to swish it, swipe, swish, swipe. And now I will pinch it dry so I'm ready for the next direction. Now that I finished my tint of green, I'm going to move on to my shade. So in order to do that, I'm going to have my CD palette out here. And I'm going to use the spoon that was used for black. And I'm going to take a tiny bit of black again. and I'm going to put it in a new spot on the CD, just a tiny bit. Black, super powerful. And my brush is clean because I had a tint on it before and I'm trying to make a shade. My brush is clean. The pure color I'm using is green, so I'm going to dip it in pure green. I've got a tiny dip of black here. Now I'm going to mix those two colors up till I don't see any black and I don't see any green. And I should get like a nice forest green or dark green color, a tint of green. Once I have it mixed up, bring my painting back over and I paint right below my pure color of green. So it should go light, dark, light, pure, then dark. So I'm going to fill this in right down here. And then when I'm done with this part, again, I'm going to wash my brush. I swish it, swipe the sides, swish it, swipe the sides, and then pinch it dry inside of my paper towel. All right, we're ready to move on to our next color, and our next color is going to be blue. So I have a clean brush, and it's pinched dry. I'm going to dip in the pure color of blue. With the pure blue on my brush, I'm going to paint right in the middle of square number 5. And I'm going to go all the way to the edge of that square and stop. So then I have my 6th square left for violet. So right in the middle here, I've gone with pure blue. I did not wash my brush now. I'm going to just put my brush right down on my palette or my table. I'm not washing the blue off the brush. My brush still has pure blue. Okay, now I have pure blue still on my brush, and I'm going to take a little spoonful of pure white and put that in a new clean spot on my CD palette. And then I have, like I said, pure blue. If I want to add a little bit more pure blue on my brush, I can do that. And then right here in this new spot on my CD, I'm going to mix that pure color. I should be getting like a baby blue or a light blue color. Really giving that a good mix. And then I'm going to go right up top here and fill in the tint, not a shade, I almost said shade, the tint of blue. So right up here is where my tint goes. Now if I start running out of tint color, I can take just a tiny, tiny, tiny dot of water to make this paint more lively again. And that can help me fill in some of those dry places on my painting. So I took a teeny tiny dot of white, put it on my CD, and mixed pure blue into it. Now that I'm done with my tint of blue, I've got to go ahead and wash my brush really well so I can make a nice shade. So swish, swish, swipe, swipe, swish, swish, swipe, swipe. Then I pinch the brush nice and dry and set them to the side. Now my CD is pretty full of colors, so I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to use the other side. So to do next, what I'm going to do is make the shade of blue. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of black, and I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to be dipping it in pure blue. Tiny bit of black, pure blue on my brush, and I'm going to mix that up. It should turn into a dark blue or like a navy blue color. And now that I've got my color mixed, I'll bring my painting back over, and right down below my pure color is where I'm painting my shade of blue. Our next step next time will be to finish up with violet. This is a 2nd grade lesson on mixing tints and shades.